Plaintiff Margaret Cifelli says after her daughter, the defendant, broke up with the father of her children, he moved in with Margaret. Margaret is suing because she claims she bought tickets to take the defendant's daughter to a concert, and the defendant refused to let her go. Defendant Jacqueline Hacker believes Margaret is having sex with her ex, and that's why he's still living with her. Jacqueline insists Margaret gave the concert tickets to another grandchild, so that's why her daughter didn't go to the concert. She's suing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
Jackie is my daughter, and we had a very good relationship up till recently. Last year, she split up with her boyfriend of 10 years. They have 3 small children together, and they asked me if he could stay with me so he could be closer with his children. I agreed, and everything was okay until she hooked up with her new boyfriend here, and all of a sudden, he didn't want Steve at my house anymore.
He didn't. Your daughter's new boyfriend tells you who can stay with you.
Yep, that is correct.
No, it's not. That's not true, is it?
No.
I didn't think so. But you insist he didn't like the father of your grandchildren staying with you.
Yes, and he would hold the grandkids from me if
if you let him stay there.
Correct, and I have text messages.
Was there something going on that they knew of or thought?
They had their own issues between them.
Let me get to your daughter. I don't believe you. Go ahead.
Obviously, we split up last year. When we split up, he didn't have many people in the area that we live in. And because I wanted him to be present for the children, I asked her to let him in there.
Okay.
Everything for the kids.
When was
so he
that?
could stay. That was about
April of last year.
Okay, what happened?
Well, he's still there. I've been in contact with him. I ask him frequently when he is going to leave.
Well, it's not your business now.
It is because of what has happened.
What?
We've had instances with my kids going over to the house and them being frightened to go there.
Aren't those his children?
Correct. There has been things that happened in the house that have frightened my kids. There has been nasty things said about me to my children. And my kids crying.
By whom? By who? Your mother or the
By
witness?
all of them.
Okay.
Her,
No, that's not.
the father, and my brother who resides with her
Things
as well.
that have troubled your children.
Correct. Where my children still to this day have nightmares crying.
And when you told her about it, or him, what was...
She said she has nothing to do with it. She doesn't need to even apologize to me. I was there though. But so
You were there when?
I was there when I went to pick up my kids. They were talking about me when they had them overnight. I wasn't there. I went to pick them up.
So your children told you that?
Yes, I
Time they
messaged-
got in the car?
Yes.
All right, and what did you do immediately?
I messaged her
Said what?
and asked why there was stuff being said about me.
Okay, why didn't you go back in?
She wasn't
How would
there
you
at the
message?
time.
Your children are in shock.
I asked him to stop. What was going on? I had my younger brother get in my
You did go in.
trunk. Yes.
You
he was
just told me
standing
you
right there.
didn't.
No,
You
this
said-
was with my kids. I addressed the issue in the house before I left. With
They
my
didn't
kids.
tell you until you had left.
My oldest texted me.
Let's move on, ma'am. You've said a lot of inconsistent things already that don't sound true. Sounds like you're making it up by the minute.
Defendant Jacqueline Hacker says the plaintiff is her mother, and Jacqueline believes the plaintiff is having sex with her ex-boyfriend, who is the father of Jacqueline's children.
Tell me about the concert tickets.
Concert tickets. February of 2008.
Are you sleeping with this man? Maybe that's what she's really saying. I'm not crazy. She's mad
Thank
because
you.
of that. Now, is that the case or not?
That's what she thinks.
Ma'am, is that the case or not? You believe that?
I believe that.
Well, then that's what
Yep.
you're here for. Don't act like you here about your children having nightmares. You're mad because she's sleeping with the
I'm not
father
mad
of your
about it.
children.
It's
Go
just
ahead.
gross.
Your Honor, I'm not sleeping with the father.
She didn't told them children about what's happening with y'all. That's what has happened. And yes, that would give them nightmares. Grandma sleeping with daddy. Yes, that's a nightmare. Let's see if I can sleep tonight. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead. Get to the concert tickets. That's y'all thing.
February of 2018, I purchased 2 Justin Timberlake tickets for my granddaughter, which is her oldest daughter, for her birthday. The concert was postponed twice, so it didn't happen until April 6th of this year. She was mad. She got mad at me at this point and wouldn't let me see the kids.
Did she know you had purchased the concert ticket?
Yes, she did. I have text messages stating that she said she would never ever let me see the kids again, that she was done, she was through. It was over a financial dispute that we had at the end of February. And I contacted my granddaughter, and she said yes, she was excited to go, she wanted to go. I have the text messages here with my granddaughter.
Let me see it, please. What do you say to this, ma'am?
She did have this conversation with my daughter, and I was not happy with her at the time, but I did make it up to my daughter whether she wanted to go. And she ended up wanting to go, which she stated. She knew she wanted to go. My daughter messaged her the morning of the concert asking her what's going on, and she left her unread, ignored her until the following day after my daughter seen posts that she gave the tickets to my nieces, my daughter's cousins, instead.
Ma'am, you used the tickets on one of your other grandchildren.
I wouldn't have bought them otherwise. I wouldn't have bought them until
but you used them on your other grandchild, someone of equal status. You're fine with taking that child, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely.
Well, then why do you want your money back? You've taken a grandchild. I would be ecstatic. Not mad and want my money back. I would say, at least I had one of my grandchildren go, yeah, my no good daughter wouldn't let me take the grandchild, but my other one let me take the grandchild, and we had a fabulous time. You used it on somebody else. And if you didn't want to, get your money back.
I had to get rid of them.
Well, and that's what you call it, huh? Taking your other grandchild is getting rid of the tickets. All right. How did she cause you emotional distress?
In February of this year, that's when she stated to me, I have the text messages here saying to me on how I would never, ever be able to see my grandkids again.
So how's that emotional distress?
She went into court. She took Steve into court to sue for custody. She told the judge that she didn't want the children at my home because I was a danger to them. And
you believe she's a danger?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And I don't understand why I'm a danger. I was very.
You want to tell why you believe she's a danger?
Well, I didn't say it to any judge, but I do believe she's a danger because my kids are.
Okay, you said they're having nightmares over whatever.
They're upset
okay, I got
over a bunch of things.
And I believe the nightmares over something you didn't told them. But go ahead, or some perhaps they saw. So you needed to come clean the first time. That's what you all are here for, because your kids came back and told you grandma and daddy were kissing. Am I right?
It's definitely
I know I'm right.
thought.
Y'all know I got ESP around here. Go ahead.
Defendant Jacqueline Hacker says the plaintiff is her mother, and Jacqueline believes the plaintiff is having sex with her ex-boyfriend, who is the father of Jacqueline's children.
Let me just explain to you. And a lot of people believe this, and it is very unfortunate. And I have a solution if my daughter and son-in-law ever try this. But there are no grandparent rights. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled on it, and you have no right to the grandchild that their mother or father won't give you. Whatever emotional distress, the way to solve that emotional distress is throw yourself on the mercy of your daughter and say, I apologize, I'll never do it again. Please let me see my grandbabies. You know how much I love them and want to see it. You got to do all of that.
And I have in the past.
You got to do better. You have no right to them. I'm sorry. And you better come up with a strategy. I'm ready for mine. I love my granddaughter dearly. And no, I'm not going to take her. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kidnap them. The mother and father, my daughter and my son-in-law, I'm going to kidnap them. And then I'm going to tell the court they abandoned her.
That's great. Always thinking.
Always thinking. I tell people I got flaws sometimes. That's one of them. I lie when I have to. No, I'm just kidding. Your counterclaim for emotional distress, how does she owe you?
Because over the course of my life, because she hasn't been there for me since the age of 5.
How so?
She left me when I was 5. I was with my dad. I was left with my dad with my 3 siblings.
But no mom.
She left me when I was 5. I remember looking out the window, waiting for her on my birthday for her to never show up. No phone calls. Even the day after she left, it took 5 to 6 months for her to even contact us. And on top of that, I found out that when I thought she was being nice to me, it wasn't. She would like to leverage above me. To say, you owe me, just like this. I owe her this, I owe her that, but yet she owes me nothing. Yeah. There's been things I do for her and I would never shove it in her face.
Many children, unfortunately, don't grow up with one of the parents for many reasons, but go ahead, ma'am.
She also,
what does she do currently, modern day?
In February of this year, we had an arrangement with a car that I had. She decided in the middle of the night, because it wasn't her name, it's legally hers. Instead of talking to me and doing it the mature way, she came to my house in the middle of the night and took my car with all my kids' belongings, the car seats, everything. I was stuck without transportation for my kids.
How long?
I called the police when he came home from work and noticed that my car was gone.
How did he get home?
He has a car of his own.
So you weren't stuck without transportation?
Well, my kids. If something happened to my kids, I had no car seats. I had nothing for them.
All right, I'm not granting you emotional distress for that. Your claim is dismissed, and so is yours. The concert tickets, you used them on another grandchild. And secondly, the emotional distress. Grandparents have 0 rights. You have to work that out with her. If it's that important to you, you'll be on your knees every day. Have a good day. Both your claims are dismissed.
I've apologized enough, and everything would be better if she started paying her bills.
She's never apologized to me, and my financials are not her business, and the relationship's done. I'll enjoy my kids.